Hello, event enthusiasts. Welcome to another episode of Eva Talk by 10 Times, and I'm your host, Radhika Basen. Today, we are thrilled to have Ronald Lim with us, a pro in the world of business events. Ronald serves as the Chief Event Designer at the Society of Event Professionals and Creators. His expertise goes beyond the traditional, as he is a business event strategist extraordinaire. Companies and trainers seeking the perfect blend of physical and virtual events turn to Ronald for his insightful guidance. Welcome to Eva Talks, Ronald.
Thank you, Radhika. Hello, everyone.
That's great start. So, Ronald, any starting words, anything that you would like to begin with before we start our chat?
I think it's been an really exciting time with our industry and how technology has actually evolved over the pandemic, and the pandemic has actually helped to expedite the growth of technology and the adoption of technology, and really excited to see more to come in 2024, and we're just a few days away from 2024. Yeah.
Yes, correct. That's great. So, everyone, today's topic is Tech Talk, and we're talking about leveraging new technologies in event planning, exploring the impact of emerging technologies on event planning and design. So, with this, Ronald, I have my first question for you. How have you seen the landscape of event planning change with introduction of new technology over the past few years, and especially post-COVID?
Well, I think the most notable shift has been the rise of virtual and hybrid events,
Yes.
especially in response to the global pandemic, and technologies such as video conferencing platforms, which is actually not new. It has been around even before the pandemic, have enabled event planners to actually host events seamlessly online. And I think the technology has actually evolved, and more features have been embedded as more requests from the event planners. And basically, the technology allow us to actually reach a global audience, more people, more audience to actually participate in the events. And also, we won't miss out on good speaker session now, as speaker can also beam in virtually, as attendees can also join virtually. So I think it's a good change, I would say, with the technology that we have today. And the other thing that we do notice is that adoption of event management software.
Yes.
So tools
very
that
important.
actually help us to streamline the event planning, from registration perspective to attendee management to feedback collection to even speakers management. So such software actually also provide us with great real-time data analytics and insights, which help us to make more data-driven decisions, more personalized decision, and also experience for the attendees as well. Yeah.
Without the physical presence, creating that kind of touch, the feel of actual events, that has been really something that we have learned over the years, and especially post-COVID and during COVID, because this is our platform Floor, and we launched it during COVID, and I have seen the journey personally then, and it was such an engaging time, because of course you're at home, you need to engage with the client, then client needs to engage with so much larger group of audiences, getting them on board, making them familiar with the technology. I think that's very, very important. And that's something we've learned, how without actually being physically together, networking, maintaining relationships. And that has something been a very important learning. So
It is a new
Ronald,
skill. Yeah.
yeah, yes, Ronald, you're saying something.
Yeah, it is a new skill that we have actually learned over COVID. Yeah, to interact and network through cameras and microphones. Yeah.
Yes, very important thing that we have learned. And I think it's a great skill, because with the coming times, it's very important to be, in different spaces and still try to connect. I think that's a great skill that we have learned over the time. So, Ronald, with this, I have another, interesting question. So, are there any particular technological trends that you believe have had like a significant impact on the event planning industry?
I think um, the whole attendee engagement tools or technology that we are looking at. So we're looking at event apps or even augmented reality, VR, has also changed the way event organizer engage with the attendees or participants. I think with
Yes,
personalized schedules, networking opportunities, or even AI-driven business matching
yes,
solutions that we see.
no doubt.
We have, yeah, and we have also seen how NFC and QR codes are being used for gamification, personalized content, even at concerts or festivals where NFC is used as for payment gateway for e-wallet, loyalty
Yes, there
programs, or
have been
even
many new features that have been launched in that way for making the user-friendly experience. No
yeah.
doubt. Great point.
And I think it's really good. It's a good change. It's a good progress, I would say.
No
With
doubt.
NFC, I think a lot of things contactless. Basically, we we can look into more engaging games that we can engage with the attendees, like points collection and so on and so
Yes.
forth. I think, yeah, I think that's very, very good. And the other technology that I think um, I should mention is actually the AI and remote
Yes.
simultaneous interpretation solutions that have taken place and have taken the whole language inclusivity to the next level,
No
by
doubt.
incorporating both real-time audio and also closed captioning interpretation at
Yes.
events. I
Very
think
true.
that's
Very
really,
true.
yeah. Have you used
Personalizing,
it before?
especially on the basis of language. Very, very true.
Yeah. Have you used it before?
Yes, even we have that feature in this platform too. We
Uh-huh.
have that feature, and we can interpret the talk into whatever
Mm,
language the other person is set up in. That's like an enterprise feature, and we have that with us. So yeah, it's called as audio interpretation, and then it helps the user at the other end, convert into the whatever language they're using. So yes, we have quite an
that's good.
equipped features on floor. We have, like you talked
Mm,
about, giving points. We have leaderboard. So whoever is
ah,
participating on each of the section helps you get higher on the leaderboard.
mm,
So that is very engaging. And I remember this event, it was for a school, right? And those people, those kids had so much fun because they were competing to be in each of the section to get higher on the leaderboard. So it's of course, inclusivity, as you said. So inclusiveness,
mm,
and especially with kids, it's very difficult. So that was a great, great success then. With
that's good.
this, Ronald, I have another question for you. So, how are venues adapting to the demand of tech
Mm.
integrated spaces? And what role do smart venues play in enhancing the overall event experience, according to you?
I think we see some movement in terms of digitalization of venues, of event venues. So today's smart venue technology, which combines network infra, high-speed Wi-Fi, IoT sensors, cameras, event apps, and and a lot more.
Yeah.
I think it provides really good experience for the attendees, the guests,
Yes.
and to keep them engaged.
Yeah.
Um, and it also, I personally feel and believe that it also provides new business opportunities
No
through
doubt.
the data analytics and making more data-driven decisions and also
Yes.
strategies. Um,
Yes.
I mean, I'm a firm believer of big data, of what data analytics can help in our business. Yeah.
No doubt.
And so in terms of the venues, I think if the venue has a lot of solutions in place, it also give the event planners or even the corporate companies that host the event at the venue the convenience, and also it in the long run it also help the client to save money as well. Yeah. I think there's also one thing that we notice is that with real-time data, through we can actually find out like which lunch area is actually congested or which
Yes.
breakout room
Yes.
is congested. So then
Yes.
we can actually use the app or even like the digital display at the venue to drive people to different ways, or
Yes.
let's say
Yeah.
the train schedule is delayed or things like that. It can
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
be
Totally.
broadcasted through the system. So I think it is important, but we do see that there's a slow pickup, but I believe all the new venues in any parts of the world is built towards that direction, towards digital. Yeah,
I think Singapore has one of the most tech developed venues that are in
indeed,
house.
indeed.
And like, yeah, I know
Yes,
a
indeed.
lot of events that have been happening, and I see those snaps, etc. They're such, forward. I think Singapore is very forward in that sense. So
Yeah,
you must be seeing a lot of venues which are very updated. And of course, familiarizing with them is a little difficult on the user's part, but
yeah,
yeah, of course, these are new things, and I think just now, like how we learned about hybrid and virtual events, that is also something we'll be very,
yeah.
savvy with. So, Ronald, with this, I have something in mind. With the rise of
Mm,
virtual and hybrid events, just like I talked about, how have tech like virtual reality and live streaming impacted the event planning
mm.
process?
Um, the rise of virtual and hybrid events
Hmm.
has significantly transformed the event
Hmm.
planning process.
Yeah.
With technologies like VR, live streaming,
Mm.
it actually helped us to actually expand the reach of the event, the accessibility of the event. It also
Mhm.
has enhanced engagement through um, better interaction of virtual
Yeah.
elements.
Yeah.
We can actually have um, more engaging chat platforms or even Q&A
Mhm.
sessions that is more interactive, that combine both remote attendees and also the physical attendees. Um,
Yes.
and probably the options of getting the response, the feedback, the
Yeah.
data through these technologies is very valuable. I think I've said this too many times in the
Yeah.
past 10 minutes that the
No, but
data
that's
collected
being
through,
said. Yeah.
yeah, is
Yeah.
really
It's
the
very
key.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. And it also give us a more innovative way to actually deliver the content. It's not
Yeah.
just presenting it um, on the slides on the projection screen or LED screen. Right now, there's a lot of different ways where we can actually beam a speaker in through a hologram, or using an augmented reality to actually play content. I think that
Yeah.
that's definitely a way to go to be more to have a more immersive experience. Yeah.
That's something new I've heard. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I think virtual and hybrid events have no doubt brought, that distance more closer. Like even today,
Mm,
we are sitting here and we are able to, interact. Even that could have been possible in back those days, but we would have not thought about it in the longer term and everyday, day-to-day life. But now this distance has brought us closer with these kind of features.
yeah.
And of course, this is very helpful, no doubt. Just like we said that, during COVID and post-COVID, we've learned how to use tech and, get the best out of it, which is great.
Yeah.
So, Ronald, adding to what we've been talking, what challenges and opportunities do you see in blending
Mm.
virtual and in person elements using the technology?
I think the biggest challenge for event planners, organizers is to wrap around the idea of a hybrid event. So a hybrid event is not just broadcasting what's happening in the physical event to the virtual audience or to the
Yeah.
remote audience. It
Mhm.
it is actually more complex than that. So
Mhm.
I think the biggest challenge is to learn how to provide an experience that marry
Mhm.
both remote and also physical attendees. to engage both sides and to really ensure that the experience is not compromised, so the whole engagement and interaction between the two has to be there's like no difference whether you are joining in virtually or physically. You will get the same quality of content, the same quality of experience.
I think, just like you said, integrating and making everyone inclusive in that event, it's very important. And, getting the same experience. That, though I think that's quite difficult for the event planner to give both sides of the world, the same experience. But yes, of course, we try the best on that end. So anything in terms of opportunity that you see?
I think in terms of opportunity is also using technology to ensure that we reach more people. So maybe in a physical event, we can normally host for 400 to 500 or maybe 1,000. But right now we can always open up the virtual component to those who can't fly, or who cannot leave their work for so many days just to attend a conference, for example. And also in terms of to address the different time zones that we have, right? We can always repurpose all content, all the recorded content. I think that's a great opportunity. I think in terms of flexibility and scalability of an event experience, I think it's abundant with technology. With the help of technology, I think we can do much more.
Totally agree on that. So, are there common challenges? We've talked about it already, but that event planners face when adopting new technologies, and how can these challenges be overcome? Any points that you have for this?
I think the most common one will be the technical expertise, and also there's three things to me: technical expertise, the cost, of course, and also the resistance to change. I think these three are the key challenges that most event planners would face, or trying to convince the clients to actually, let's try digital or let's go digital.
No.
And how do we
Anything that
overcome
you would
that?
suggest for overcoming?
So normally in terms of let's say, for example, the technical expertise, right? We are always open to collaboration. And I definitely believe in collaborating with partners who are expert in certain technologies. Let the expert do their part. I mean, we can't be masters of everything, right? So be open about collaborating and look into partnerships. I think in our business in the past years as well, we work with experts in the different areas. Like I'm not familiar with, let's say, the AI technology for business matching. I rely on my partner who developed the solution, who has been in the market for so many years, to actually advise us and to lead that particular segment. Training and development is definitely important. Not just training ourselves, but also our team and also our client. We have also seen where we need to actually train and provide training to the sponsors and exhibitors as well. When it's more like an onboarding process for them when they come on board for an event. And I think the other last point will be to really know what's there in the market. Because if you know what is available in the market, then you will actually be able to pick the right solution with the right pricing. So be curious and just explore. I think that's definitely very, very important.
You think updated about all the new features and all the new things that are coming in the market related to your field is very important, and that's something that you've highlighted. Thank you for
Be
doing
part
that
of the
again.
community, Actually, our event
Totally.
community is so big and so strong. I think if we
No
just
doubt.
do a shout out on Twitter or even in any of the forums, we'll definitely be able to get advice and also help from our peers in the industry. I think that's one beautiful thing about our event industry.
No doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. And this is why Eva Talk is here, because we are trying to, keep people updated about the
Yeah.
new trends, new technologies, getting speakers like you who are already an expert in the field and letting people know what's actually happening in the market. Because, of course, keeping people engaged, updated, and especially in this new virtual hybrid event situation wherein all of it is too overwhelming because you need to be creative, you need to be on
Yeah.
budget, you need to be updated, you need to have all these just the factors that you said in your last answer. I think all of these things are quite crucial for us, and that is what we're trying to communicate through Eva Talk, that there are so many things that we can learn from each other, keep in touch, and just provide solutions for what we can. So thank
That's
you
good.
again, Ronald, for sharing all the insights, these fun answers that you had, all the information that you shared. Of course, from being an expert and someone in the industries from so long, I think learning from you is quite essential for us. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank
for
you,
sharing.
Radhika.
And any last words that you would like to share before we close?
Uh, Embracing innovation and harnessing the power of technology allow us to reimagine the future of events and also to create more transformative experiences
Yeah.
that would inspire, engage, and connect us in more meaningful ways. I mean, let's continue to innovate,
Yeah.
collaborate, and elevate the world of event planning together. I think that would be my
Thank
last
you.
word.
Thank you. That was so sweet. Thank you, Ronald, for your time.
Thank you.
And everyone, we'll be back with a new episode very soon. And keep watching. We'll, have new topics, new people to share insights. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.